Welcome to the Fan Club YouTube channel. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. Hello. Welcome to the Playoff Frenzy. We are here after round one. Pretty exciting first round, boys. Some series, lame. Some series, awesome. That's usually what happens in round one.
Yeah. You kind of weed out the teams that probably weren't supposed to be in there. There's a handful of easy first round wins for a lot of teams, but yeah, there was some Game 7, which is fun to see.
Can I ask a question to you, Will?
Bring it.
What is the Playoff Frenzy?
The Playoff Frenzy is our new little playoff twice a week segment show where until the Stanley Cup is won, we are going to be in here twice a week talking about the playoffs almost every day and giving our thoughts on everything.
Yeah, keeping everybody updated.
Because playoffs is the best time of year.
And there's so much that happens every week that you can't just like recap it all in one episode at the end of the week. You miss too much. So that's why we're like watching hockey, and then we're talking hockey, and then we're watching hockey, and then we're talking hockey, and that's going to be the theme of the show. And then Cuddy's going to be editing until he
chippity chopping
until he loses his fingers.
Yeah, that's the one poor thing about having like one weekly episode dropping on the same day is that by the time that's released, most of that info is so dated that it's not even worth like people listening to because there's so much other crap that's already been like loaded up. So
exactly.
Yeah, things happen quick in the
why we're doing
playoffs.
it.
There's always games going on, so you can't be behind.
So Tuesday, Friday episodes every Tuesday, every Friday
Love it.
till the cup's over someone's head.
So first round was fun. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of like different highlighted series. Which one was your favorite?
Ooh.
Well, the one that I obviously was just most excited to watch every game was my Jets. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but that was one where I was like, all right, I was genuinely excited when I woke up to watch the game that night.
It's kind of similar, like with the Florida Panthers. Every time they had a game, I was like excited the whole entire day to get home and watch it. So that one. So like today, for example, I'm pumped to watch them tonight. But I would say the most exciting series was the Dallas-Vegas series. That was a hard-hitting battle.
Definitely Boston-Toronto.
I liked the Boston-Toronto. I was excited for that one.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you're so excited for the Panthers.
I know. Where'd
Dude,
that come from?
Like for the past 2 years now, I don't know like what really. I don't know. I'm a huge Panthers fan now.
So are they the top for your bracket?
Oh yeah, I got them winning.
So your bracket's looking good right now, or what?
It's looking okay. Winnipeg kind of screwed me over. I kind of got hypnotized by Frizz saying that Winnipeg's gonna have a deep run, and they let me down. So I lost.
Let's check out Yelly's bracket here.
And then I lost another one. I can't forget. I forgot which one.
After round one, you are 75% correct. You picked the Leafs.
Okay,
and
yeah,
the
that's
Jets.
what it was. Leafs and Jets.
Can't trust those Canadian teams, man.
You can't trust them.
No.
But it was one of those things where it would have been the best play ever, you know? Like,
Yeah.
best play ever.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. But they let me down. So.
Yeah, that's going to hurt you having the Jets go into the Western Conference Finals.
But I would have been the smartest guy in the room if they ended up
But,
going.
you can't. You're not.
No, I'm not. Not even close.
I had them winning the cup in mine.
You still got. Let's see yours.
So he said earlier that you got a chance of winning the league.
I still could
I don't
because I could
understand how
get the
that
rest. The rest of my picks are right.
True. He is 88%. That was his only team, but it's just gonna hurt him.
Yeah, it's
going
gonna
to
hurt you every
as it
round.
goes on.
Yeah, true.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You never pick with your heart. Pick
It
with your
just
brain.
looked so clean, though.
Don't pick
Like
with your
every
heart.
time, every level, I was, they could easily beat these guys. And
What
then
place am I in?
Let's see. What's your name?
L-man.
He didn't even do it.
Are you Richie Bobby?
No, I don't have a team.
Yeah, you didn't make one.
I actually forgot to fill up the bracket.
Who's Richie
so
Bobby?
I'm a little bit.
I don't know. I saw that yesterday, and
Richie.
I didn't
I'm,
know. who
They
it
got
was.
Vegas winning.
Yeah,
Richie Bobby.
I messed up. I made a big mistake, and I didn't fill out the thing, so I
Q
can't
money's in it.
participate.
Big Q.
Yeah.
Cue ball?
No.
Quaylen.
Oh,
Quaylen.
Quaylen. Okay.
Dallas is pretty good. Dallas McCauley picked Dallas,
Wow.
and he's tied for third because Cuddy and I tie for first with perfect first round bracket.
Yeah.
Smartest guys
With,
there.
Smartest guys.
Also with the hockey guys bracket, there's quite a few people.
You found it, hey?
Yep, quite a few people have perfect brackets, and the leader is Murray OQs, and they have a perfect bracket and got all the games right
Shut
in
up.
the first series except for 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. Like, you mean all the
These two.
games like the series count?
Oh, sorry, 3.
Mm.
But
yeah.
Right, man.
that's where they get the extra points, and that's why they earn first.
I see.
A lot of perfect brackets still, so good picks, everyone.
What does the winner get in either of them?
Well,
Is there anything for the
It's
winner?
money prize.
Yeah.
for
Their
group.
little group one is
Okay. How
There's like
much?
moolah.
$15 per
There's a
person. I think.
$15
we have to
buy-in.
do the math.
Cuddy's got all the money,
The
so
end.
whatever he decides, I guess.
But the hockey guys one gets no bad prize. We'll figure it out when it ends.
How many people
Because
entered?
194 people.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a good
Yeah.
amount. You're pretty good if you're on top. That feels good to win that.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people.
that is a lot of people.
What is the point? How many points does the leader have in that one?
So the leader has 92, and the max
Dang.
possible is 392.
They're beating us, Cuddy. We have 83 points.
Jeez, that person.
Oh yeah,
Just
if you were
dialed.
in ours, you'd be tied for 6th.
Dang, I got some smart people over there.
Some smart.
Ooh, I see
people.
Macklin Yell is sitting there at number 21.
Yeah, he already told me that. He screenshotted it and said,
Jenna Illison, 10, sitting at 10.
Nice. So, if you had to pick one team now to ride, who is it going to be?
Well, folks, we're staying up north and we're going loyal to the oil. That's where I'm going.
Loyal to the oil. I like
Yep.
that. I like that.
"Loyal to the."
I think
oil."
I'm with you. I mean, I have the Panthers winning it in my bracket, but
Oh yeah, the East.
I think I
East
want-
all Panthers.
no. But you got to pick one team.
Okay, well,
Can't
going
just keep going
Edmonton.
both.
Guy wants
Going
everything.
Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm going McDavid, not the Oilers.
McDavid.
Just McDavid. That's who I'm
Okay.
cheering for.
So if he gets traded, then
If he gets traded in playoffs, then I'll go with this team.
How about you, Lost and L Man?
you
Your
know,
Winnipeg lost.
I was going to say Edmonton, but I just can't pick the same team that you guys did now, and I would say I would equally want the Canucks to be there
Ooh,
too.
yeah.
So
That's fair.
I'd have a lot of fun riding with the Canucks throughout the rest of this run. So
You know, it is
if
cool.
Edmonton wins, great, but I'm gonna be going against you guys and going.
It's always a little more
Vancouver.
fun to and I feel like it's more meaningful when a city that actually loves hockey wins it.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I want to see them win because
Like
I want to
know
see the
it'd be-
joy from the city.
It'd be sick if the Panthers won it or whatever.
Mhm.
90% of people in Florida would be like, eh.
Yeah, I think it'd be way cooler.
But
It'd be
I
way
know,
cooler
that's-
of a chain
yeah.
reaction if Vancouver or Edmonton.
Get a lot more videos on Twitter afterwards,
Yeah,
for sure.
There would be a lot of craziness that would go down.
I think another sneaky city where it would be crazy. I think Carolina would go bananas.
Yeah.
I think all those people around there, they
What-
could do something cool by the stadium.
What's their fan base called again?
Caniacs.
Caniacs, yeah.
Or do you think
Caniacs.
New York would have a big parade?
Oh,
For sure, that'd be a crazy parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Crazy.
overall there's a few cities or there's a handful of cities that'll be fun to watch win.
Mhm.
Like I think New York would be fun. The Canadian teams. I'm trying to think if there's anyone that I just don't want to see win. Like truly hope that it's not going to be that exciting if they do.
Yeah.
I have Boston, I guess. To
Yeah,
me.
I
Boston
agree
just
with
because they
Boston.
win.
Yeah,
They
they've
win
already
everything.
won. Don't-
Beantown. Yeah, that.
I don't feel like Dallas to me. I don't know. I don't really care if Dallas wins.
Yeah, I think it'd be, I don't know. I know the fans love them there, like just from us going to the games, but yeah, I don't really care if they win.
I don't want the Avs to win again.
And
No.
Colorado too.
No
Please
Avs.
no.
They're too good.
They're freaking good.
Jealous of all of them. I don't
That's
want
a
them
hard
to win.
series, dude. Dallas and Colorado. Whew. That's a big feat that they gotta overcome that, take down the Avs.
Yeah.
Well, let's check. Go back to that, please. Well, let's check who has the best travel and the worst travel.
The best travel has got to be Vancouver, Edmonton,
Yeah, easily.
Pretty close.
or Dallas, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't got to cross borders.
But maybe
relatively
New York
close.
and Carolina are the same distance. Edmonton, Vancouver.
It just would suck going into New York City.
Yeah.
MSG.
But then we'll do like climates and how the ice is gonna be.
I would say this travel seems fairly easy.
Yeah.
It's all the same time zones. It's all
Yeah, that is good.
Florida, Boston is probably tough, especially for Boston because they won Game 7 Saturday night. It's Monday today, and they played tonight. Game
Quick
1
turnaround, yeah.
against the
what?
Panthers.
Yeah.
who
And
have
then
been off for a week.
There's
and
a
then
few
I
like
saw-
that. Dallas too. Quick
then I
turnaround.
saw Vancouver and Edmonton don't play till Wednesday.
Get a little extra time.
Weird,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, schedule is either in your
Yeah,
favor
the
or
Canadians
not.
need a couple more days off. They're tired. But round 2 already started yesterday also. The
Mhm.
Rangers beating up on the
Rangers.
Hurricanes. You see Jarvis get drilled
I
twice.
saw that.
No.
Twice in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Drilled. Not
I-
just knocked over twice, but like actually killed twice in a row.
I kept seeing that clip on Twitter, and then I saw that it was him.
Is he okay?
And it cut off after that second hit. It's like it showed his face, like he was just like, holy cow.
Blown
And then
up.
it just cut off. So I don't know how he, like, if he went right to the bench or how he recovered from that. But I was just thinking, like, he's not big. He's not a huge guy. Like, I feel bad for him. He must just be getting, like, banged around by New York there. It doesn't seem like,
Yeah.
oh, man, if I was him,
Dude, it's
all the best.
Yeah, he got bullied twice. Hard, like, I got to find it. Cause
Every time that I've sent a text message in about that number 11 on Dallas, that guy
Is
gets
that Stankoven?
Yeah, the guy that's like 5'4",
Yeah.
he gets blown up all the time out there. But he's like a bowling ball. He just takes it and gets up.
Well, let's go a little bit through a quick recap of all the series,
do
and
it.
then we'll make a couple thoughts on the series coming up. So let's start with Dallas Vegas. Huge Game 7 last night. As we were
Mhm.
talking, Stankoven got
Yep.
blown up a million times, but
Yeah.
Wyatt Johnston put the team on his back and scored a big goal. But I thought Fox's goal was pretty dang sweet too. That
was sick.
backhand,
Yeah.
that eventual game winner.
Yeah, they were the announcers were like giving Wyatt Johnson or Johnston.
It's
Johnston. They were like freaking hyping this guy up like crazy. I mean, he's not even 21 years old yet, which is that's pretty crazy that you think about being 20 years old in the playoffs, and he's leading Dallas in points.
Yep.
And at the end of the game, he reverse hit one of the Vegas guys so hard, and he's a small guy too. He's not even big. He blew someone up on the ice, and the announcers are like whatever, like basically saying that it's insane that this little guy did that, but also like kind of took over the series.
I'll have
Yeah.
to look out for him because I honestly had no idea who he was. when
Oh,
you
we
guys
watched
brought
him
up.
last year.
What year would that be? In 05, 04? No, it wouldn't be it'd be like a 02 or something. 20 years old.
It's
Well,
2024.
yeah, Bedard's 05.
Yeah.
04.
Shit. That's crazy. In 04.
Something that, like, when I was watching the game yesterday, do you guys see Eichel's, like, 10-foot long backhand toe drag around the guy and then the wide open net, but his hands, like, ran
Yeah.
out of room and he, like, couldn't
He
put
hit
it
the
back.
hit the side of the
Eichel
net.
should have
Yeah.
scored that. Yeah, he gets,
That was, like,
he's a
that was
goal scorer.
classic Eichel because he stick handles so far away from his body. He just goes
Uh-huh.
way around the guy.
Yeah, you know, he's paid to score those goals, so
Yeah.
he should have scored that.
Mhm.
But
That other guy had a huge chance too where he rang it off the post.
Mhm.
Marchessault, like wide open net. So I don't know. Dallas got a little lucky, but
little lucky.
That's where the luck comes in.
yeah,
Yeah,
need
you can
it.
get through.
They also fought back from 0-2,
yeah,
which is
that's
big.
tough, man. Losing they're home too, and they lost.
They lost 3 games at home.
Yeah,
One of the other things to look at in that series is the guy with the sign. I don't know if you saw the
Oh.
drama with that guy.
The bang guy.
Yeah, so there's a fan in Dallas that carries this sign, and I don't know. I think Biz and the Spit and Chicklets crew were kind of trying to get under his skin or maybe making it a bigger deal, but he ended up
Yeah.
getting a sign banned from Vegas.
Sign?
So yeah, like he has a sign,
Uh-huh.
and I think he got it banned from.
Probably.
Maybe he traveled to Vegas for the game and they took it from him, but It'll be interesting, to see.
He was there last night in Dallas.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't
So
see
do
him.
people
You'll
like
see him
him or
more.
no?
You guys keep your eye out for him. He's going to be talked about more now
Really?
that they're moving on.
Like happy or
Guys just
pissed?
dropping
Unsure
big bucks.
how Stars fans feel about him.
Yeah.
Because he just stands in the front row and probably blocks like
Yeah.
30 people's view.
Oh, that would suck, man. Sit
right behind
that
the
guy?
net. And
Yeah, I
he's in
saw
a white
some
coat,
things.
banging on the glass with a sign that says #bang the whole time.
Okay.
I saw some things about, like, Biz was saying that people hate him, but
Yeah.
then in the tweets, like, they were saying that, no, we love this guy. So I don't know.
Huh.
If someone's a Stars fan listening has to give us the inside scoop if you actually like this guy or not.
There was one more funny thing that happened with the Stars. They did a little playoff theme, but you know how teams do like different little like campaigns almost for playoffs.
Yeah.
Theirs was like an AI thing, and they had playoffs 24, but it was spelled PLAIOFFS. And people were roasting them, and then by the time like Game 7 came around, they switched it back to spelling playoffs normally.
Yeah. Interesting.
Their failed campaign.
Yeah.
So they
Dallas
had-
did that?
Mm-hmm. It
So
was
they-
play AI offs, playoffs.
And then, like, the photo was, like, this AI thing.
yeah,
That's funny.
people
Flop,
basically
eh?
bullied them into changing it.
That's so
Can't win it
funny.
all. One thing that is big in the NHL series, and they brought it up in the Dallas Vegas series because Jake Ottinger, the goalie for Dallas, they just said that one of the biggest things to like have a playoff run, a deep run, chance to win the cup is you need just goaltending. You need your goalie to be hot, and that's kind of like what happened there in that series because I think you only let 7-ish. I think it was 7 goals in the whole series. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what they said.
That would be crazy. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just in the last 4 games that they won.
Otter. Yeah, Otter's good.
Local to us, local talent.
Good player. Good goalie. Yeah, he could make a run. It'd be good for him. He's a good dude. Just don't like the Stars. Or
Yeah.
Vegas. I wish they both could have lost, but you know. That happens. Let's move on to Winnipeg, Colorado. We touched on it a little bit. Yeah, Frizz, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, what do you think went wrong there?
I would say they just every single time the Jets ever scored a goal that would either bring us back in the game, put us ahead, they would get scored on like within like 3 minutes. I think almost every single goal they scored, Colorado answered back every single time. So like they could never build up. Besides the first game. The first game was like where all the hype went, and then after that, Colorado was just so fast and they were just relentless. They could score any time, and their goalie, who was the question mark going in, he showed up after the first game. After he got lit up, he did really well. Yeah, the rest of the series.
But Winnipeg's goalie, you weren't too happy about that.
Well, I don't know. I just thought, yeah, Hellebuck had an amazing year, and he could still win the Vezina, but you lose 3 games in a row, you can put someone else in, give it a shot. Like, guys play different when in front of different goalies, just like naturally.
You know, I think Coach Rick Bowness is scared of Helly because I heard from an inside source, Lefty Friesen, once he talked to Rick Bowness at a charity event, and Coach Rick said that Helly gets super pissed off when he's not in the net.
Yeah.
Well, I think Rick was scared of Helly in the playoffs.
It's not a team player there.
Didn't want to bench him.
And I thought some of the secondary scores, they were pretty quiet. There wasn't like Colorado had their guys going. Like their top guys were going, their top guys were getting
Isn't it
points.
crazy how they play as a 5-man unit?
Yeah. The guys were getting points, doing their job, and Winnipeg's, it was just like random guy here and there.
Yeah.
Like something would like hit off someone.
What do you think those secondary guys on? You think it motivates them a little more on Colorado when coach is like, all right, first group or whatever, and all 5 go out?
I mean,
And then the rest of the team is just like, it's basically a 3-line, 4 defenseman team.
when I was on Portage, that's the first time like Portage. There was the Bowles brothers, and I can't remember the other forward, but then it was Dean Stewart and Brett Orr. They were a 5-man unit.
Jago?
No, that was the year but before me. But yeah, that's the first time I'd ever experienced that.
Maybe explain quickly like what the normal is.
Mhm.
Like we're talking about this 5-man unit change, but what typically happens?
Usually there's 4 lines of 3 forwards and 3 pairs of defensemen, and kind of mismatches sometimes. Like they try to have the best ego with the best forwards sometimes, but sometimes your besties might be with your 4th line. But in Colorado, they have their 3 best forwards and their 2 best defensemen, and they're just 90% of the time always on the ice together.
And
it's
usually in the O-zone.
means that that 5 is just so unstoppable. And that happened. I know Detroit used to do that with the Russian 5 back in the day. So that's kind of where it comes from. But they are close to unstoppable. They will most likely get a scoring chance every single shift they're out there.
That's so crazy to think about, like that just kind of washes away the whole matchup concept because
exactly.
Like they just
You're not
outperform
going
any line
against-
that they go against.
Yeah, you're not going against a specific player or line. You're going
Yeah.
against a whole group.
Crazy. That's
And
why.
that unit is consisted of some dang good players. Nishushkin, who has been a playoff stud in
Crap load
round
of
1.
goals.
Tied for the
Mikko
lead.
Rantanen, they call him the Moose. Nate Dogg, who's obviously going to be good.
Beast.
And then Devon Toews and Cale Makar, who's probably the best defenseman in the league. So
Yeah.
that would be terrifying. I remember when we were watching that game in Florida, the Jets-Avs game in Florida, we were looking at each other like, how do you think we would do? How many shots would we give up against that 5-man unit if we were out there trying to kill
That'd
Kill
be
a PK.
scary,
Definitely,
dude.
yeah, we would not be
It'd
able
be
to get the
scary.
puck away
Yeah, I don't
from
think
them.
we'd touch the puck. I don't think
So
we'd get in
fast.
one shot lane.
There's no way.
I think Heffy would be busy in net. But
Yeah.
Glove save.
So,
glove
yeah.
save.
the Avs are still showing their dominance. Too bad the
Mhm.
Jets couldn't maybe have a different opponent in the first round. But
Yeah, that's a tough first opponent.
let's move on to another Canadian team who did win, and that is the Canucks beat the Predators
Yep.
in a somewhat quiet, boring series. But there was a couple of good games, but the clinching game was a snooze fest.
Yeah, I would say that like you said, I probably heard the least. Granted that they play really late, at least over in Vancouver, whenever
Mhm.
it's at Vancouver's rink. But I don't know. I heard barely anything from that series. Like not many highlights.
Yeah, I
Didn't watch any of the
I'm
games.
sure up on TSN and Sportsnet, it's a little more talked about, but definitely here they're not. TNT and ESPN are not focused on the
No.
Canucks Predators series.
They maybe had one of the best endings of a game though. That was
True.
unnoticed
Yeah.
in that comeback when were they
Were
down?
we watching
3?
that together?
Yeah, I think we were watching that together.
The comeback?
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
he hit
Vancouver
the post.
was down,
Where
and
were we?
they pulled their goalie.
We must have been watching it together.
Yeah.
No, I was with Frizz.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just with Frizz. Yeah, they pulled their Nashville. Vancouver pulled their goalie, and they're trying to get a
That's right.
odd man chance, and then
Game 4.
Nashville comes down, and it wasn't like a clear cut empty net. It was kind of like you
It's
had
like
the puck
leaning
on your
against the guy.
backhand or whatever. Plus, there's the D man, trying to react to anything that you're getting on net. But anyway, shoots it and hits the post, and as soon as that happened, I was like, "Yep, Vancouver's tying it up now." Like that's just the hockey thing. Like you
Mhm.
kind of miss an empty net. There's some time on the board, and you're gonna kind of pay for that. So, and that's exactly what happened. Like Vancouver tied it up
Yeah, it was
right
that
at the
one.
last, and completes Brock Besser's hat trick.
Yep.
And
That's
then
right.
and then in OT, they
It's
went,
meant to happen.
which was like crazy to watch.
That was in Nashville, the heartbreaker.
I remember that one. That was Sunday when we got home from Tampa. I was on my
Mm.
couch like, oh.
That's hard to get the juices back for the next game if you lose a game where
What?
you're.
They got it back the next game and won in Vancouver. Forced a game 6, which was Friday night, and it was a pretty boring clinching game, but Vancouver scored late, held on, and
Took it home to the second round.
see you later, Predators.
Yep.
Really
That's-
not much to report on it.
no.
Other than the goalie situation in Vancouver, but
What's
didn't
that?
hurt them. Well, you don't see it often when you're resorting back to your third string goalie in a playoff environment, and that's what Vancouver did.
Arturs Silovs.
Yeah, he came through, got the wins, and helped them get the series. So, yeah, you don't see that often where your third string goalie's in there and being successful in the playoffs.
Is Demko out forever?
I don't know. They like
This thing just says out, knee injury.
there you go.
Must be out.
Not good.
That's
So,
too bad.
We'll see how
That might hurt
they
him.
fare.
That might hurt him.
Yeah, I think it will.
Because they play the big bad oil.
Yeah.
Oil Town.
The big bad oil rigs.
I think that's going to be a very fun series
Me
to watch.
too.
What do you think? It's gonna be high scoring. I feel like
You're going to have to have a 9 p.m. espresso for that series.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Late games no matter what in that one.
The only thing is, I did see this, and this was a headline about that series, is that Vancouver has won every single game against Edmonton this year. So,
Holy.
Yeah, but
They got
what's
their
what happened
number.
with the Jets.
yeah, I guess that's
Jets
right.
in Colorado. Jets.
Yeah.
Colorado got like 3 goals on them in 3 games.
Yeah,
Too hard.
I would rather have that situation where you're going into a series not winning a single game in the season. Like, you just got no pressure.
Yeah. And
Who's home that one? Edmonton?
no, Vancouver would be.
Dang.
Yeah, with the series before that, you have McDavid number 1 in points. He has 12 with 12, and then second was Draisaitl with 10, and then your leading guy who's tied for first is with 7 goals, Hyman. So you
Unstoppable.
3 boys putting up numbers.
I think Hyman might be one of my new favorite players in the NHL.
He's old
does his
too, which is
job.
crazy. Like, he
He doesn't.
had
He has a baby face. That's why.
had some second wind in his career there.
Mhm.
Good for him.
Do you guys watch that Edmonton LA series much?
Not really. No.
It's one I didn't really
Just the one game.
catch too much either.
Just the one game when there was the big brawl.
Yeah. At the
What
Hat
we
Sharks.
watched. What we watched at in Tampa. But
That'll
think-
be a fun one. Fun one.
yeah.
You think Kane's gonna step up to Vancouver and be the big bully on the ice for that?
Probably.
It's got to be.
He
that
had a
whole
couple
thing.
big goals last. He was getting in the mix, doing his job.
Who's Vancouver's bully?
I don't
That's
know.
what's interesting. Like
they
they,
got, like,
don't really
small
have a
guys.
guy that I can think of that's really gonna be
Yeah.
standing
Enforcer.
up. Like I think Kane's gonna be in everyone's face, like big
Yeah.
time. Like he's
Yeah, I
gonna be
think
like Pedersen. and-
Garland. That guy looks like he'd be a bruiser.
Garland's like 5'8".
Yeah. I think that's
I'm
like
just looking at his headshot, man.
He's
This guy
really
looks
good,
like a-
but he's like
like a
tiny and fast. He's
assassin.
5'10". It says right there. Yeah, he's small.
that's definitely a little component that you need in playoffs is some grit, and you got teams like the
Ian
Rangers.
Cole, maybe.
Yeah.
You got
Oh yeah.
Like imagine the
Panthers.
Rangers playing.
oh god, they
Vancouver.
bully freaking Hughes and Pedersen.
You think the Rangers are tough?
I feel like they
Just
are.
'cause
yeah.
Rempe?
I think.
Oh, they got some big boys on that team. Like freaking their defense is pretty big.
Trouba.
Truba.
Yeah, Truba's
Who's
a
the other guy?
beast.
The freaking
I don't know why they don't fight
Uh,
in playoffs.
Miller.
Miller. He's huge. Yeah.
There hasn't been any there's not many actual drop the gloves.
Yeah, the only fight that I almost it didn't even
So
happen.
just scrums.
It was Tom Wilson tried to fight Rempe, and that was the
Yeah.
only thing I ever saw like someone
They
close to
tell
dropping
him
the gloves.
something to like not.
Yeah. So did we actually go through this full first round without a fight?
I have no
Potentially.
idea.
Potentially,
Could be.
all the games that I've seen. it was a
I
fight.
don't know.
There probably was a couple, maybe.
There's probably a
But
couple.
What?
fighting
Yeah.
penalties.
Why do you think? Or
It's
is
always
there
like
anything
that.
to yeah.
Well,
just
I think
always
it's
like
just
that.
like
I
you
think
don't want to
everything's
be
more high pressure.
that.
Every move really is like magnified.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that from what Will was saying, they probably tell him to not take that penalty, in a sense, where it's like you don't want to put your team to a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So
You just see more scrums. There's a lot more scrums, big group scrums.
You can get away with throwing a punch in a scrum.
Yeah.
And not go to the box in playoffs. But
mhm.
well, let's go over. I repped them today, and we went
Let's
to a
go.
couple of their games. But the Panthers and the Bolts series, Florida had pure domination basically the whole series. It was nice to see one Lightning win in person, but it's a changing of the guard in Florida.
True, 100%.
And that just happens in the league where, you can't be good forever.
That's why they have runs. Stack your team for a little window of time, and then, like any good thing, it has to come to an end at some point. And that's kind of what Tampa's at right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to say that the Lightning are bad because they're not bad, but they're just not the top dogs anymore.
They don't have that it factor anymore.
And they went to 3 Cup finals in a row a few years ago, so
They've
just
done
happens
more.
that way.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise in that series was like Kucherov, how he can win the Art Ross and then show up in that series, and it's like not really putting up much for points. Like, right? He didn't even do like what did he even
He had a
put on
handful of assists, but
that one game that we watched? Yeah. But I remember like before that we were like, he should be like doing a ton here.
He just, it's something about like, I know we talked about, I don't know if it's like stats per se. Like, I know that he's still going to put up some numbers. Let's see here. Like, he still had 7 assists in the 5 games.
Just
But
maybe take that back.
it's when you would never know that.
Yeah, it's
Because when you watch it, you see these guys like McKinnon, who is always a force every single shift. But then when you watch the Lightning, it's like 86.
It's like power play.
He's kind of sitting at the blue line. He's really not in the D zone.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the difference
That's the
between
difference.
regular season hockey and playoff hockey. Like, you could be total domination, getting Art Ross points for the league, and then show up and
But it's tough because
Well, it's also the thing is, like, they're playing a variety of teams all year long. You go to that one team that you can't get anything against, like you personally, then like you're gonna have a lot of trouble. But then there's on the opposite side that there's that one team that some players just light up.
it's just crazy because I know Cooch had a few like 5-point games this year,
Yep,
and then the playoffs is just like
it's
what are you
different,
doing, man?
just different.
But,
Panthers ate him up.
maybe he's done. Maybe he just wants out of Tampa. And ever since his all-star antics, I don't really care for him anyway. So
Yeah,
oh well. But I think let's go to
the main event.
one of the best series, maybe the best series, Boston-Toronto. Definitely the most hyped up series just because of the history. And as I explained to these guys on Saturday, the stat about that Game 7, if Boston would have lost, they would have been the first team in all 4 major professional sports to blow back-to-back 3-1 series leads in the playoffs. And if Toronto lost, they would be six Game 7 losses in a row.
Cheap. So
Wow.
someone was getting the headline.
Yeah.
And the Leafs, of course, got that bad headline.
It's like, which one's worse? Probably the Game 7 one. I don't know. There's just more like 7 in a row.
Yeah.
That's a
7.
That's a big losing streak.
I didn't really realize, but obviously Toronto each year in the playoffs, they have a ton of pressure, but Boston had a lot of pressure too, being last year best team in the league, losing first round, and then you come, like what Will said, the same exact thing that happened last year, they were presented with it this year. So that'd have been tough being a player in that series. Like, so much pressure on those guys.
It was, and I honestly thought that Boston should have won it a lot earlier. I think is just I never had 100% faith in the Leafs.
Maybe it was Matthews, man.
Truly had no faith in them because something bad just always happened to them.
Yeah.
Like with Woll not even playing in Game 7.
Yeah, what the heck was that about?
Apparently he got hurt when he saved that when they were up 2-0 in Game 6 with like 2 seconds left. He dove for a puck to keep the shutout or something. That's
and
when he got
scored
hurt
too, hey?
Yeah, I don't even know if it counted, but like that's when he got hurt or something. But then like Nylander missing the first 3 games, Matthews missing
for an illness.
That team's just weird.
Yeah.
Apparently Willie had concussions. That's what his interview was after.
Yeah, he was
Concussions?
saying that he was like couldn't
bad
really
migraines,
see,
like bad.
couldn't see
Wow.
and stuff.
Well, how
which
about
is-
Matthews? What was his? They ever come out with like what sickness he had?
There's something about them that like they don't have to. Some people just don't have to like do the media. And I don't know. It's weird, man.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Super weird.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I think Toronto, like something's got. Maybe the coach gets fired, but something's
Something
gonna
will
be
shake
jumbled
up.
up for sure.
I mean, yeah. I don't know who wrote this. Looked like Cuddy wrote this, but the Marner stat is pretty pathetic.
Yep. It's a big contract for not
3 points.
much production.
He's making $65 million contract.
You think he's going to Utah?
This is the best.
Yeah.
Mitch Marner, one
Marner
goal,
for
2 assists.
Keller.
No longer a Leaf. Utah played soft.
Now that's short and to the point.
I mean, he did. He was so
Yeah.
quiet. Like, you didn't even see him out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just maybe don't know that team that well, but to me, I was surprised now that through that series, like Marner's the guy that everyone's attacking, and like I don't know, I feel like it could have been Nylander, it could have been Matthews, it could have been any of those three. Like,
Yeah.
did it just happen to be him now because he was the one that didn't perform this specific playoffs, or throughout the year could you kind of even be like he was
He had a
the
good
theme
year.
of everyone picking on him maybe?
I don't really know. I try to like not
I think
dive
at,
too much into the Leafs because there's rarely anything positive. in the
Yeah, at
media
this
about the
point,
Leafs.
people are so fed up there. Once they find someone, they're just going to dig right in hard.
Yeah.
So,
Slash him.
Their core. I mean, those 4
Yeah.
guys: Matthews, Marner,
Tavares.
Nylander, and Riley. And I guess Tavares too. They gotta do something. If they don't make a change, then it's actually insane that they didn't make a change this summer. 'Cause
On
it's
paper,
like,
that
it's
team
time.
is so good. Like if you
Mhm.
put those names out there, it's like holy cow, that's a star-studded lineup. They just
Yeah.
don't have it though.
They don't got the factor.
What did you think of the overtime goal?
That was
That
sick.
bank, was that totally set up?
Oh,
that
yeah.
set play?
That
Yeah.
was 100% set up. That
That's
was sick.
those set plays are so annoying for D-men.
Yep.
Like, it's a dump
Yeah,
in, so you pivot, you turn around like, oh, you
Kinda
just dumped it
casually?
into the corner, not knowing that you have a guy. You're skating backwards. You have the forward skating full speed at you, and so when that puck goes by you, you actually have to be so fast to beat the forward that's skating because you have to pivot and then skate forward, and you're not going full speed. And that's how that works. It hits the boards, and then at the perfect angle, it comes back right in front of the net. And the forward only needs to beat that D-man by like one step because it's already on his stick, and then he's at the net.
Yeah. There was a clip. It showed Pasta calling for that dump.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He gave the
You think they work on that in practice?
He gave the
yeah.
basketball play call.
Wow.
That's so sick. That was a sick play, and
And Lowry, that kid's good.
yeah.
He's really good,
Yeah.
actually.
It's cool to see like a goal like that because normally you see like a little scrum or like a dirty goal. That was like a pretty skilled goal to end a series.
Yeah. Made
All
Riley
alone.
look stupid. Made Samsonov look pretty dumb, too.
Made Marner and Nylander look so
It
dumb.
made them
Like,
all look stupid. Everyone on the Leafs was
everybody-
sleeping.
Everyone
Yeah.
attacked them for that.
But like
Mhm.
you gotta think like what Lawson just said. Everyone on Toronto, especially the goalie, like you're not. That's like a 1% chance of that play's happening and it working.
That's the
Because-
difference because like the whole point of playing hockey is catch the other team off guard.
and they did.
And in 2 minutes into overtime, you can't be caught off guard.
And I know, and I think that I don't want to say maybe like non-hockey player fans were like attacking Nylander for like coasting back on that dump, but I'm not a forward. Like you guys can say, there's no reason for him to be skating hard. It's
Yeah.
like
Not gonna do
Pasternak
anything.
was coming in. He was the only guy. The other guy dumped it. So you're there. You don't have to. You're not thinking, oh, why should I be like skating hard right now?
Yeah.
Usually, like you float in, and if it gets dumped in, you're just kind of reading the play.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like that's kind of what he was doing.
That's exactly what
It's
it's
like-
like.
Even if he skated hard, he still would be at the blue line by the time Pasta scored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you'd have to like know in advance that was the guy that was going to be going all the way to the net off a bank. So
Unless you're by Pasta and you're hearing him call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the only reason to be hustling.
you play a game
back.
of telephone back to your D.
you
Hey, they're
guys
doing the
see,
bang.
Yeah, unfortunately, things happened a little too quick for all that.
Oh yeah, way
And,
too quick.
The Bruins just made them look dumb.
And
Yeah.
then the Bruins media team, they had Toronto's watch party. They kept flashing them on the jumbotron like after the game ended, showing like all the sad Toronto fans leaving their watch
That's
party.
funny.
That's
Wow.
pretty funny.
That's a good rivalry.
Yeah.
And the Bruins, good luck, boys. I hope they had some good ice baths yesterday because they're back in
turn.
Fort Lauderdale tonight playing against the Panthers in Game 1. So
Yep.
they're in for it. And if they make a run, then It's well deserved, I guess, if they make it through 2 wars in a row.
Yeah.
Very well
'Cause
deserved.
I think this other series with the Panthers is going to be a bloodbath also.
Yep.
And then we can go to the both 2 more snooze fest from the Eastern Conference. The Rangers beating up on the Capitals. Cuddy, sorry. I think everyone knew that the Caps just, didn't have it this year. And the Rangers being the President's Cup trophy winners. Pure 4-0 domination.
Yeah.
Not much to say about that
No.
one, except it's too bad seeing Ovi underperform because I like when he does well.
Yeah, those are all the expected outcomes. So
Same with Carolina and New York. I didn't really see a whole lot from that. Like, maybe the least out of them all.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just expected that there wasn't going to be much of a series.
Yeah, now I think, like, the ones coming forward, everyone will be more exciting to pay attention to.
Yeah, the Rangers and Hurricanes, round 2, game 1 was yesterday, and it was a good game.
Yeah,
Fun to watch, fast,
fast and
physical.
I think the Rangers, like, I mean, granted that was just the first game of the series, but they just look like they're one step ahead of Carolina.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
I think they really want it. Like, I think they really, really know that they have the team and they have, like,
work well for them.
yeah, they have just a playoff team, it seems like.
Mhm.
And they got Shesterkin in that.
Yeah.
He's dang good. Igor.
What is Lindgren?
Lindgren.
And
He's
who's
fun to watch.
For right now with the Rangers in playoffs, who's leading their team in points? Because I know
Zibanejad.
he is. And then how's Lafreniere doing? And
Actually
is it
good.
Kakko too?
I think
He's
their whole
supposed to be
team's
putting
doing
up
well.
points?
Well, you know how so Lafreniere, whatever.
I don't even know how to pronounce
that.
that.
Lafreniere.
Lafreniere.
I have no clue.
Like, he's a former first rounder, and I think this is his 4th season, and so he was getting kind of a little bit of hate his first 2 seasons just because being a first rounder, that he had higher expectations than what he was doing. But I think this year, this is like a career year for him so far, like putting up points and contributing beyond like what his earlier seasons were. So I think he's having a good playoff because they were talking about him yesterday.
Lafreniere.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for him. He's fun to watch too. Big old
him.
Frenchman.
Did I?
Yeah, he's him and
He's got 5
then you got
assists in 5
Fox
games.
too. I like Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Fox.
I played
Fox
against
is
Fox.
really good.
That's
Fox
why
is fun to watch.
Freaking good.
I like the teams like the Rangers, obviously Colorado, Vancouver, that have that stud D man.
Mhm.
It's always fun because like Carolina, Burns
Burns.
kind of forgot about him.
It's old.
I don't even know how much impact he still is making on.
He's still good.
He's still been
He's like
Yeah.
oddly good. Like, you look at him out there and he doesn't seem like
That
not,
team
like,
is
awkward,
just
but
something else.
yeah, dude. Like, they're forwards. Like,
Forwards are nasty.
yeah, and
Actually,
I like
they also have Brady Shea, who's really good.
Brady Shea. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Minnesota boy.
He is.
But yeah, their forwards, like, maybe I'm wrong, but they don't have like a superstar name on there. Like, they have like really good players, but like Sebastian Aho, like who, like is
Svechnikov, Aho. I mean, Gensel was a great pickup.
yeah,
I mean, they have
Jarvis is doing well.
Martin Necas.
Natchez.
And then Kuznetsov revived himself there as well.
Jarvis is leading the squad in points.
nice.
He took a few big hits. You said yesterday though.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you. He's got 8 points in 6 games.
Wow.
4 goals, 4
It's a
assists.
fan club bump, hey, God. We'll get
Yeah.
him back on here.
Yeah,
Get him back on if they win the series.
Watch this. Watch
All right,
Jarvie
we're gonna
get
watch
see
blown
this
up
hit.
twice.
So this is the same shift, hey. Oh man, that
Oh,
could have been
wow.
a penalty. It was a penalty, hey.
And then he gets up, and that's what happens.
Is he concussed or no? Because that was a freaking heavy
yeah,
hit.
like what?
I don't know.
It should have been a penalty.
Oh man.
It's like the camera cut to the
Oh,
corner,
dude,
the
the
corner
second
view
one
at a
was bad,
perfect
too.
time for
Oh
the
my
second one.
gosh.
See, the second one was bad because like he was like
Well, he's
halfway
getting
up.
He's
His
trying
head wasn't even up yet.
He broke his stick.
trying to recover after that first one.
You should text him for this. Ask him how he's doing. True, but he's a tough customer.
And I know. I think I think there's a lot of buzz around that first one, being like, how is that not a penalty?
Yeah.
Because it almost was from behind.
Yeah.
At least a boarding call or something.
Uh-huh. Dang.
But yeah, that's when you just you hope you have like usually in playoffs, like those hits will lead to some scrums for sure. And if
Carolina's kind of soft.
Yeah, I don't think they
but
got
I know,
a
and that's
huge
where-
enforcer.
that's where kind of it's tough for them playing against the Rangers.
Gensel-
Because, like,
Gensel and Aho ain't gonna go fight anyone.
You
No.
don't think they're gonna scrap for Rempe?
2-on-1,
Yeah.
take his legs
He'd
out.
be like this.
I
Well,
don't wish injuries on
so-
anyone, but I do want to see someone ruffle up Rempe bad. I want to see someone like get
I
him.
don't know if there's
Get
anyone
'em.
left.
I don't think the Hurricanes can.
Kachuk, if Kachuk will get him.
So with this series and with the rest of the series in round 2, like what are the teams then you guys are going for? Because you have the brackets. So what's the ride or die now? Which bandwagon are you on here?
Panther, Pride,
Oil.
me.
Oil.
But for like each individual one.
Oh, okay.
Do you, like, yeah.
Well, Dallas. I'm hoping for our Celsius squads, Dallas and Florida.
Heck yeah.
And then we're at a crossroads with the Canadian teams as they're playing each other. But I'm hoping for Edmonton to get out of that one. And then Rangers.
Rangers?
Rangers? I'm going Carolina.
I like it. Caniac.
I want Carolina out of that one.
Yeah, I'm going Rangers. So we can get that that no sleep till Brooklyn bus going, ripping around. We had a
Big blue bus.
heck of a plan last year that if they go to the Cup, we're gonna drive a bus around town. Panthers for sure, because I don't like the Bruins at all. But I just like them more than
Yeah.
the Leafs.
Going Panthers as well.
Colorado, because they're more fun to watch than Dallas, and McDavid, just cause.
Yeah.
But Hyman too. I might get a Hyman jersey.
Nice. It's a good jersey.
You know what? I'm going Dallas over Colorado because Celsius Suite, Dallas Stars.
24 hours.
Mhm.
2 games.
We got the that barbecue place that we ate at.
Barbecue Lab.
Terry Blacks.
Nope. Yep.
That place was sick. So,
Place
that
is sick.
city at least has something that I appreciate.
True.
Love it.
True.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
I think
good luck in your brackets, boys.
Round
see,
2.
Let's see how round 2 plays out. We got a game tonight. We'll be back to report the other few games on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's dropping tomorrow. And
Probably a
Friday.
longer episode of the playoff frenzy because we had a lot of games to recap. But
Yeah.
we're planning
That'll
on
be
keeping
quicker.
these around 30 minutes.
Yep.
And maybe a couple guest call-ins
So you're
every
right,
now
eh?
and then too.
Yes.
We'll have one on Friday. Let's make that a goal.
Yeah, we're gonna take a guest call in.
The
What
expert.
kind of guest? The expert, like or
The-
like someone.
Could be anyone.
We'll just see.
We'll see. No promises.
Our buddies.
We'll see who picks up.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see who picks up.
Alrighty. Thank you for coming to the first playoff frenzy. Heck of a round 1. Let's have a fun round 2.
Adios.
Peace.